Everyone, and welcome to Delhi Township Board of Trustees meeting for April the 10th, 2019. We will begin this meeting, as we do usually, with both the Pledge of Allegiance and followed by a moment of silence. Tonight's moment of silence is in memory of our two firefighters that we lost, and you can believe this, 11 years ago, the memory of Brian Shira and Robin Brocksterman. And as we remember them, please pray for the safety of all of our firefighters. Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we'll open the meeting then with the approval of the minutes, Mr. Luby.
Motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on March 27th, 2019, and dispense with the reading.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Yes. Motion passes.
Motion to approve bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Yes. Motion passes.
Motion to approve the payment of overtime for pay periods ending March 26, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Yes. Motion passes. Currently, report from the fiscal officer, Mr. Luby.
Okay, currently we're going to go ahead and open the have the reading of the bids for the Delhi Township Street Rehabilitation and Repair Project 2019-A. The first bid is from Pruss Construction. And their bid price is $884,705.71. So $884,705.71. The next one is Adlita Construction. Their bid is $819,282.03. $819,282.03. And the last one is the R.A. Miller Construction Company. Their bid price is $751,984.96. $751,984.96. That's all we have.
Okay, thank you to everyone who submitted a bid, and I believe at our next meeting we will be announcing the awarding of the bid. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, we have Resolution 2019-40. Resolution approving purchase order obligations incurred on behalf of the Township by the Township Administrator, authorizing payment of certain purchase order obligations and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution, please.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
As far as significant transactions since the last meeting, our payroll on 4/4 was $278,000. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Luby. Trustees' correspondence. Trustee Davis?
Not at this time.
Trustee Sturts?
Not at this time, thank you.
And likewise. So tonight we do have a very special presentation. We look forward to this every time we have a graduation of the Citizens Police Academy. So Chief Mr. Murphy, Lieutenant Murphy.
Thank you. Thank you all for having us. Tonight we'd like, is that too close?
No, you're good.
We're good? Sorry, Dan. We'd like to recognize the members from the class of the 19th Delhi Citizens Police Academy. The class consisted of 12 meetings, which began back on January 22nd and wrapped up last night. Covered a variety of topics in law enforcement to help our citizens understand kind of how we operate. And we're very fortunate to have all these folks behind us that do support us, and I know several of you all have taken the class and supported us as well too. So thank you. Hopefully they enjoyed attending the classes as much as we enjoyed presenting them. I know they're a lot of fun. We made it through without injuries. Nobody fell during the active shooter training, although Gary Schlomer did get a
One
pretty
mistake.
Good he did. So we'd like to thank the Board of Trustees for taking the time to allow us to speak tonight. I'd also like to recognize the Green Township Police Department. They let us use their firearms training simulator, which I think is a pretty good time. It's putting a pretty good smile on Mr. Luby's face at the moment. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office allows us to take a tour of the Justice Center, so thank you to them. And also the 911 Center out there with the Hamilton County Communications Center. And then finally, I'd like to thank Rapid Run Middle School, which is where Mrs. Seavey did take a spill last time when we did that.
The whole world knows now. Oh, boy.
Absolutely.
I was the demonstration.
You were.
For how to get trampled.
You were pretty good. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Chief Howarth. We'll go ahead and recognize our participants.
Thank you. I'd like to also thank Bill. He puts this together. He does a lot of work getting everything together, making the arrangements of where we're going, where we're going to be, keeping in touch with the members. And as always, you know how much I love this, or we want to keep doing it. I mean, this is awesome. It's just the beginning of hopefully a relationship that we continue with all the graduates by hopefully considering joining the DCPA. We also have some DCPA members here that I appreciate you coming out and supporting the graduate class. We also do have, I haven't put it out yet through social media, but if anybody's watching, interested, September 5th, it's Thursday evenings. It'll be out soon, September 5th. You can go online right now, fill out an application, come straight to us. And we already have people in that class, so I recommend if anybody wants to get it in soon and don't wait. I know it seems like a long way off, but the class will be set here pretty soon. So we appreciate anybody interested. So with that, we'll go ahead and issue your certificates, and we truly appreciate. I mean, to me, what's amazing is you spend 12 weeks, Tuesdays, from 6 to 9 with us, when I know there's lots of other things you could be doing out there. So we appreciate it. And I hope it showed. Our officers, supervisors love teaching, so we hope you got to know them better, and hopefully, you know, you got that personal touch that when you see us out and about, stop, talk to us, and we'll see you around. So, all right? As we call your name, if you come up, and Bill will issue your certificate. Don Bartholomew. Thanks, Don. They are getting their badge here, too.
Did you know that?
Now.
Won't get you out. Might get you in trouble if you impersonate it. Linda Bartholomew? Bartholomew? We're together. That's right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Andrew Bill? Debbie? Bill? Any relation there? Not really.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thanks. Thank you. Daniel Brown? Dan, appreciate it. Don Capel? Don, appreciate it. Enjoyed it. Elaine Fay. Mark Fay. Congratulations, thank you. I should have said, if you wanted to get family photo, you could have joined. Bruce Gee. Did I pronounce it right? No. Or G? It's G. G. All right, Bruce G.
1,000 in my name.
Jonathan Graff. Elijah Harris. We have 7 in the class that did not make it this evening. So there's 7 more. Started with 19.
But we have Sharon Reynolds yet.
Right. Sharon Reynolds. Second time through?
Second time.
When did you do it the first time?
The second class.
Second
Halfway
class.
through.
So second and 19. So you'll be in 30 something. Did it get better? Did it get better? Better this time? All right. And Joyce Waller.
Now you're cold.
Thanks, Jules.
Right on us.
Somebody, Mark Fay, I believe, wanted to say a few words from the class. Oh, somebody twisted an arm, I think.
I was going to say, what classmate got drafted?
That was me.
That's you.
Don't feel bad because we did have somebody in our class that didn't fall, but she got pushed into a trash can. So I'd like to thank you all for allowing the police department to do this. Chief, Lieutenant, thank you. Coming into this, I didn't really know what to expect, and every week was something different. As I said in the kids class the other day, my favorite one was probably the first one, because it's utterly amazing to me that you take the budget that they have and work with it, and all the programs that the police department does do, from the SWAT team to crowd control, everything that they're involved with. Growing up in Delhi, it was Mayberry. You know, you had Chetwood, Murph, Idecker, and if they were on this side, you're good on the other side. You can go do whatever you want, but not anymore. And living here, I didn't know there was 32 officers. That's just amazing to me. So, you know, from the active shooter over in Green Township to my wife almost shooting me in the back of the head last night with the bullets here. It was just an amazing class. So I recommend this class to anybody, no matter, you know, if you think you're too old, you can't do it. It's not. It's a very well-run class. The ride-along was amazing for me. I won't get into details. You don't want that, right? But the 3 police officers that made my night were on the first run. They all stepped in dog poop, and it was just hilarious watching them all freak out because all 3 of them hit it. So that's all. So thank you all, and everybody sign up for class.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh.
Well, class, on behalf of the board, we'd like to congratulate you for completing this without injury. Yeah, and really, more than anything, we want to thank you for your interest and your dedication and to your community, because it's you people who help us grow and be who we are, and we're so fortunate to have the Delhi Police Department. And I think about the foresight of how many years ago now, Chief? 50, to actually start our own police department, and what we've become today, and growing to 32 officers. Couldn't be more proud of them and yourselves for graduating. So on behalf of the board, congratulations. Trustee Davis, did you want to add?
No, I think you said it all. It's wonderful. Sharon, you and I might have been in the same class. I don't remember, 2 or 3, whatever it was, but it is awesome. And 2 great words that sometimes get lost in the shuffle. Thank you. That's all I can tell you. And to be the eyes and the ears out in the community and to just be there of service and being there for us, for the township, is just wonderful. So we hope the next class has just as many, and that's some exciting times.
Trustee Sturts.
Same sentiments. Having taken the class myself also, you know, you sit up here, you're a trustee, you go over the budgets and everything, but until you really walk in their shoes to a degree and take the class, you have no idea what the force does, and we appreciate them every day, so thank you.
And I would really be amiss if I did not put in a little plug here, because the president of the DCPA is sitting over here. Please consider joining them. I think you will find it as rewarding as it has been for you to go through the academy. So President Rosenthal's over here. He's got his recruitment papers ready. So please consider that. We would love to have you join them. And of course, Delhi Police, thank you again for a successful class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you want your class dismissed now? Okay, all right. All right, we'll take a minute then and allow the graduates to get up and celebrate between themselves.
Bye-bye. Nice to see you again, Bill.
Yeah, I'll be back in. I gotta stay.
He's not leaving you, Jen.
Thank you, everyone. We'll return to our regular agenda now and hear from Public Works, Mr. Ripperger. Mr. Luby, you have the motion.
Motion to open the public hearing for the 2019 construction, repair, and maintenance of sidewalks, curbs, and gutters along various township streets.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion passes. Ron?
Thank you, trustees. This public hearing is to notify the property owners of the necessary repairs to be made in the right-of-way. Over 85 letters have been mailed out to inform the residents of the public hearing, their estimated costs, and how our sidewalk program works. According to our township sidewalk policy, the homeowner has the option of either repairing it themselves or having it done in connection with our yearly street rehab project. If the township repairs the sidewalk and/or apron, you will receive a bill after the project is completed. Final bills don't go out until next year, 2020. We've received a lot of phone calls on this, just pretty much simple questions, and I think everybody's pretty excited that the streets are going to be paved and new curbs, so the neighborhood should be pretty nice when we get finished.
Okay. Ron, we do have someone signed in with a public comment, so I'd like now to call forward Joyce Waller from Canis Drive.
Thank you. I'm a new resident to Canis. Actually, I grew up on Moorview, so came back to my neighborhood. When I moved in, there was a little tiny white X on one little square in the driveway. I got this notice that 21.2 square feet of my sidewalk needs to be replaced. Trying to figure out what part of my sidewalk. Is it that little square with the white X on it? Or?
Is it a corner lot?
No.
We'd be willing to meet you out there and see if,
Yeah,
that's what we normally do.
I've gotten estimates as well, in addition to the estimate that you all had sent me. So far, yours is the cheapest, but I would like to find out what part of my sidewalk is a danger to the citizens of Delhi.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll give you a card. And just so you know, the bids we open tonight, I know early on we send out an estimate. We try to keep it a little higher, but we won't know the exact price till tomorrow, but I can...
So the estimate I had is higher than what it may be, or?
It should be, yes.
Okay.
Because we want to give the residents notice in case they want to do it themselves, so we send it out early.
Okay, all right. That sounds
all
good.
right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mrs. Waller, you will meet with Ron and set up an appointment. Okay, great. Thanks, Ron. I don't have any other public comments, so if I could have the motion then to close this public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing for the 2019 construction, repair, and maintenance of sidewalks, curbs, and gutters along various township streets.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? Yes. Motion passes. All right. Police Department, resolution, please, Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2019-41, resolution declaring certain police vehicles and equipment no longer needed for public use and authorizing the sale to the Hardin County, Ohio Board of Commissioners, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Chief Howard?
This is an ongoing relationship. So these 3 vehicles are being bought by Hardin County Sheriff's Office as is, and they're getting tore apart now, dismantled, and then we'll get them to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna add something to that. In my experience, this is not the norm. This is actually a good thing that this Hardin County, I think the city of Kenton, are teed up. They like the vehicles. We take care of them. So usually you have to put them on gov deals and you get what you get. So this is actually a very positive relationship that they fostered. And so they know they've got a decent price that they're going to pay for them. So I'll just add that.
Yeah, sight unseen too.
Oh, they really trust you.
Right.
Move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution? Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts.
Yes.
Resolution passes. All right, thank you, Chief. Public Works, Mr. Rippinger, resolution, please, Mr. Luby.
Resolution 2019-42, resolution imposing parking restrictions on Narcissus Lane, directing the placement of signs, posting, and publication in accordance with revised code 505.17, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Do I look good?
Any discussion on this resolution? Chief Howard and Ron Rippinger.
I can start. Let's see, the next 3 resolutions are all parking restrictions. Most of them have started with some type of complaint, and then usually we'll work with the police department and meet out there, talk about the safety concerns, check it during nighttime, peak hours, and daytime to see who's parking where or what it interferes with. But the first one is Narcissus, and it's kind of an oddball circle. It's not really a circle, it's just kind of a dead end, but that one car there just creates kind of a problem with somebody getting out of their driveway along with emergency vehicles turning around or salt trucks or what have you. So we're just going to delete one parking spot on that.
Okay. And Ron, the residents around this change have all been notified?
Most of them, yes. We talked to, the ones that normally park there, but not to say somebody up the street couldn't occasionally park there, that we probably, didn't touch base with everybody.
Okay, and Chief, this is a safety issue?
Correct, yes. Yeah, myself have visited all 3 of them, sometimes with Ron or on my own, and other members of my department have looked at it too, and I agree with all 3 of these.
With all
definitely.
3? Okay.
Yes.
Move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2019-43, resolution imposing parking restrictions on Moorview Lane, directing the placement of signs, posting and publication in accordance with revised code 505.17, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Anything to add to this particular situation?
This also started with multiple complaints, and really we're just giving a little extra room from the stop sign out, kind of because of the lay of the land on this street. It's kind of a hill, and you drop down, and then you come off of a main street and pull on. So it kind of bottlenecks it a little bit. So this should free up some space, make it a little safer.
Okay.
Move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2019-44, resolution imposing parking restrictions on Plum Ridge, directing the placement of signs, posting and publication in accordance with revised code 505.17, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Again, Chief and Ron.
Multiple complaints on this one also, and we talked to the fire department about this one as far as space for the truck to make the turn. As you can see on the white truck, right where the two meet is, we're going to delete about 3 spots from in front of the truck and then behind it to behind the other car. And that should free up some space. On the busy times of the day, it really backs up there and cars get kind of blocked in. So, should help out.
Okay, all right.
Will you, a quick question if I might, Madam President, will you issue a little warning or something, for, if you pass this, it goes through, and then 2 days later, one of our officers goes and it's there. I would hope that you would fire, kind of a warning shot there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In this particular case, actually a truck owner there showed up when we were looking at it.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was aware, or he was made aware, and actually kind of said he was kind of surprised it kind of took this long. That, but just for the neighborhoods, I mean, we understand parking, and you hate taking parking spaces away.
Yeah.
It's nothing we want to do. But we have, site distances and everything else that shows this is something we need to do for the safety of the neighbors and anybody else traveling in and out. But in this case, if you look, technically, that truck's in violation even without any no parking signs, because you can't park within an intersection. So if you take those straight lines off the apex from Edful Way and you take them clearly in the middle of the intersection, so people need to, because that goes on around the township too. You can't park within that intersection.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want the residents to think that this is like a neighbor against neighbor thing. It's not that at all. It is simply safety and maintaining it. Thank you, Chief.
I thought it was interesting, too, the comment about fire apparatus being able to make the turn.
Yes.
So you've been aware of this as well, Jesse? Okay,
And it's also going to take 60 days for this to take effect.
60 days.
It won't be up this week.
No, it'll be 60 days.
But you don't send letters to the residents.
No. But once we talk to this resident, I think there hasn't really been a car there hardly at all.
No, actually there hasn't. I mean, I know he's refrained. If there is, there's
Yes.
somebody else down the street that spot's finally open, so they park there. And it's not too bad, but I know it's when they have company and stuff, there's places they need to park, so.
Sure.
Move to dispense with the second reading of the resolution, please.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts.
Yes.
Resolution passes. I have, hello, Assistant Chief Jesse Moore. I do not have anything for the fire department, but you have something to add? No?
We love it when you come to the meetings,
Yes,
Jesse.
thanks. Good to see you,
Please.
Jesse. All right, thank you, Fire Department. Parks and Recreation, Josh Torbeck.
I don't really have anything. I was just going to promote a couple things coming up. DBA Easter egg hunt is this Saturday, 10 o'clock at the Delhi Lodge. Don't be late. It ends about 10:02. So the following Saturday, April 20th, we're having our spring craft show at the Delhi Senior Center, and that starts at 9. Second year for that, really popular. There's over 30 vendors, so if you can make it, please come out. The weekend after that is the Delhi Community Yard Sale, which will also be at the Delhi Community Center on Neeb Road, and that starts at 8:30. That's the second year for that, and we also have over 30 vendors for that. So the next 3 weeks, if you've got nothing to do, or you're looking for a better option, Delhi Parks.
That's right.
That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Good job. A lot of activity in the parks, and it's only getting more because we're coming into the season, right? We're in the season. All right. Administration, I have nothing for you. Is that still stay?
Correct.
Okay. Community development then.
Resolution 2019-45, resolution declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 3924 Delhi Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Mr. DeLong.
Yeah, this is a vacant property at 3924 Delhi Pike. As you can see, there's tires and then there's actually debris in the photo on your left, which includes a sink and some other household furniture items. So this is a vacant property. I want residents to be aware, just because you may own a vacant property in the community, it doesn't mean you can avoid nuisance abatement issues. So, but this is one on the perfect example here on Delhi Pike. But it was in that state as of this morning, so we do request to declare it a nuisance.
Okay, thank you.
Move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Seavey.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mrs. Sturts.
Yes.
Resolution passes. All right, public comments. I do have a few people signed in. Just as a reminder, we do set a 5-minute limit to your speech. All right, so I think first I have Brad Need from Clover Hill Terrace.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for your time. I just wanted to come by to introduce myself. Most of you know me. I own the motorcycle shop called the Bike Shop on 351 Pedretti Avenue. Longtime Delhi resident. I grew up in Delhi on Alvare Drive. Went to school at Delhi Middle School. My brother went to school with Mrs. Seavey. So I want nothing more than the best for Delhi. And I'm trying to grow my business. It's a homegrown business, been in Delhi for 20 years. Trying to move the business up to 4835 Delhi Pike, which is a vacant building, been vacant for 7 years. And I want to just put it out there one more time to see if there's anything that we can do to be able to get me to move up there, talk about any concerns that you have or anything like that.
Okay, well, we appreciate your time and your comments and voicing your concerns. We do. Bernie, did you want to add to this, or are you a separate call?
I'm a separate call.
You're a separate call.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to be more than like a minute and a half.
All right, Brad, thank you, and thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts. All right, Bernie, and I may say this wrong. Rapine.
I'll save you that.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to thank you for your time. My name is Bernie Rapine. I'm a 50% owner of the building at 4835 Delhi Avenue. My partner and I had the building for sale for 7 years. And in that time, we've signed 4 letters of intent to sell the building. All of them have failed. In the beginning, I was optimistic that our building would have been purchased, torn down, an entire block. The whole corner, I should say, would be a thriving business in Delhi. Since I'd attended several of the Planning Commission meetings and was told by a member of the Planning Commission that our building would be sold soon, it was top on the list for the beautification of Delhi. It was going to be a cornerstone. They had a developer and a business already lined up to go in. He also informed me twice that the fire department property on Greenwell was going to be donated to that development. It was a good business decision then because they would have got the return in tax dollars in the future. Everything was fine until the trustees at the time decided they wanted to sell the fire department property instead of donating it. Now, the real estate agent that was handling that deal at that time told me that that just killed the deal. So that was the first letter of intent I signed that died. Now, after 7 years of trying to find a buyer and paying taxes on a vacant building, I met Mr. Need, an existing established Delhi business. He wants to purchase the building. But then we found out that the previous trustees had changed the zoning on the building to no more automotive on the pike. Another setback. We were never notified by that. I figured as a property owner I would have been notified. We were not. So we met, Mr. Need and I, met Craig DeLong at Mr. Need's business, just to show him the business. He's out of space. He's busy. Our building is twice the size. We were informed to file for a zoning variance. So I didn't need to do that as Mr. Need's business, so we were told, so he did that, paid $150. We were also told to be ready for an appeal. So, of course, it got denied. Mr. Need appealed it, another $300 fee. He presented his plan to the Delhi Zoning Appeals Board. He was unanimously granted a variance. At the time, he was told he's got 30 days that somebody may contest that. We had no problem with that because we'd already spoken with all of the neighbors, all the surrounding businesses. Everybody was in favor of him being on the pike. So I copied this from the Delhi Township website, and it says, Board of Zoning Appeals, their responsibility, the board has the responsibility or has the authority to decide appeals, grant variances, and approve special zoning certificates. We thought, great, we're good to go. But to our surprise, it was contested, not by a citizen, but by you, the Delhi Township trustees. I'm sure the Delhi residents are going to be thrilled to find out that Delhi is spending their tax dollars suing themselves in Hamilton County Court, case number 1900476, you against the Delhi Township Zoning Board of Appeals to block that variance. Great. Fully realize that the trustees do not see Mr. Need's motorcycle and repair business as fitting the grand plan. But the fact of the matter is the corner in question has moved on. Former Delhi Chili has been leased to an Indian restaurant. Former Forgotten Treasures building has been sold to another business. They are no longer available. Our building is the only one left. And the problem is I don't have parking for an offices. I don't have parking for a restaurant. I don't have parking for a retail store. Since the revitalization plan was adopted with a vision of upscale apartments, condos, boutique shops, and entertainment to bring millennials into Delhi, it's a great idea. The problem is there's been no movement by property owners or developers. Basically, so far, most that's happened is that we added a Dollar Tree, we added a check cashing business, a plasma center. Great businesses, not exactly what you want to attract the people and businesses that you want to bring into Delhi. Fully understand Delhi Township wanting to reinvent itself and attract new businesses and residents. I'm all for it. The problem is Delhi is stifling small business with zoning regulations and high taxes. My taxes are over $9,000 a year on my building. And I've been paying them on time. Long gone are the businesses that were members of the Delhi business community. Kmart, Van Loon, Central Hardware, Myers, now Ramke. The list goes on. There's 20 vacant commercial storefronts in Delhi. Why not make it 19? It's a start. Got to start somewhere. I've talked to many people over the last 10 months since Brad and I have been talking, and not one person has objected to him having the bike shop on Delhi Pike. In fact, he'd be welcomed.
Mr. Rapine, are you?
I'm almost done. Very soon.
Thank you.
He'd be a great addition to the Pike. He's offered to paint the building, accent the corners, plant some trees, bushes, security cameras, and vent noise from the bike through the back roof of the building in the center. It'd be quiet. He can't do more. He's doing as much as he possibly can. If he needs to do more, help him out. And if not, you guys have already bought the 2 properties across the street from me. Buy mine. Turn it into a Starbucks. It'd be it's right on the way into town in the mornings. It's going to attract the millennials. It's going to attract newer businesses. It could make that property a gateway. I know you're going to go into executive session and you're going to talk about purchasing properties. That's on your agenda. Please consider mine. I expect to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To one point, though, I can't. No. Just one. All right, they're over here giggling, but it's not funny because
not funny.
Someone has told you that we were going to donate that firehouse.
That was part of that planning
and let me
commission.
tell you, that was never ever going to happen. That firehouse belongs to 30,000 residents of Delhi Township.
I understand that.
It
was never my
not
idea.
my place or this board to donate something that they all own. So, to the point on the firehouse, which is, I know Mr. Cameron's going, I hope she stops,
Continue, please.
It was never going to be donated. It had 2 separate appraisals and was definitely a player in this whole conversation that you're talking about. So there you go.
My issue
and I
there
know
was-
that I'm.
my
and,
issue
and
there was I was
honestly,
told
the situation is this: we are now in the courts with you, and because of that, we are silent.
I understand that.
Okay.
I know that, and I didn't actually you surprised me when you actually talked to me at all. And I'm good with that. Please, I appreciate that. It's just, it's got to stop somewhere, and it's killing me. We're getting vandalism now.
To your comment, it's got to stop somewhere, and that's why.
Right, I can't, I'm trying to get it to be a building that's a viable part of the pike.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We do have another public comment signed in. Randy Chenault. And Randy is from Congressman Steve Shavitt's office.
Thank you for having me. And sitting right over here is Joe Abner. He's my district director, my boss, for the congressman here. So in the congressman's office, I serve as a constituent liaison, and I'm here tonight to tell you what outreach services that our office provides to constituents. Our office may be able to assist if you are having troubles working with the Social Security Administration, the Department of Veterans Affairs, the IRS, troubles with passports, or any other federal agency. You can contact our office in Cincinnati at 513-684-2723. I'm also here tonight to tell you about a town hall that will be taking place here tomorrow night from 4 to 5 p.m. right over here at your fire headquarters. That's 697 Neeb Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45233. So I hope to see as many, or if not all of you, as possible. So thank you.
Thank you, Randy. All right, I believe that concludes our public comments. Announcement then of community events. Mr. Luby.
Our Coffee with the Chiefs is Thursday, April the 11th from 7 to 9 a.m. at the Bailey Wellness Center in the library room. The Delhi Business Association Easter Egg Hunt is Saturday, April 13th at 10 a.m. at Delhi Park at 5125 Foley Road. The Delhi Park Spring Craft and Vendor Show is Saturday, April 20th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road. The Delhi Community Yard Sale presented by Delhi Parks and Recreation Department is Saturday, April 27th from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It will be at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road. The Bailey Dementia Free Family Workshop is Wednesday, May 1st from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30. It will be at the Bailey Main Building Enrichment Center at 990 Bailey Drive. The Delhi Business Association Shred Day is Saturday, May 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be at C.O. Harrison Elementary School parking lot. The Clean Up Delhi Day is Saturday, May 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road. The Delhi Historical Society program, The History of Cheviot Railroad, will be Monday, May 13th at 7 p.m. at Delhi Park Lodge at 5125 Foley Road. The Delhi Township Veterans Association General Meeting will be Tuesday, May 14th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It will be at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road. The Memorial Day ceremony will be Sunday, May 26th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. here at the Veterans Memorial Park at 934 Neeb Road. That's all we have.
Thank you, Mr. Luby. We have no cause for executive session this evening, so if I may have a motion to adjourn, please. Trustee Davis.
Yes, if there's no other business, I make the motion that we adjourn tonight.
I second the motion.
All those in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and our next meeting is Wednesday, April 24th. Hope to see you then, and enjoy the Easter holiday.